prepare for a very special cast. This is Solo Duo Master Tier, and in fact, for some of the players in this game, it is their promos to Master Tier, which, you know, obviously everybody knows it's a bigger deal than life or death, clearly. So we're going to give this, I'm actually going to do something I don't normally do, which is come in here and actually rat off the ELO and current LP of every player in this game, just to get a better idea. So the average tier of this game skill level for a solo dual queue rank game is Master Tier. Well, just solo. No, Masters can still duel, right? They're removing that next season. So, top laners, Taigong 1, Diamond 1, 80 LP. Dioxide 1, Grandmaster, 140 LP. Clean User Ryan, Echo Jungle, Diamond 1, 100 LP, 1 win, 1 loss into promos to Master. Hermit, Master Tier, 0 LP. River-Sided, Azir Mid, Grandmaster, 77 LP. Conversations, Akali Mid, Diamond 1, 36 LP. ADC, I probably can't pronounce that in one go. I'm sure there's a correct pronunciation for it, but Misfortune, Diamond 1, 26 LP. Snoops, Master 21 LP. Baysuri, Master 13 LP versus Shorty WID. Diamond 1, 1-0 into promos to Master. So, I'll just disclose a few things for the record. Shorty is the player I'm following. This isn't his first venture into Master Tier, and in fact, I think I've cursed him, because I've spectated 6 of his ranked games over the past week, out of the dozens and dozens that he's played. And he could be on like a 7-8 game winning streak, and the one I spectate is the one he loses. And I've now been known as to be cursed. I have snapped his hot streak way too many times to count. I was spectating his last promotion into Masters where she went 2-2, and I spectated game 5. He lost that one. I'm pretty sure I'm like 0-6 or 0-7, anywhere in between that, in terms of his win ratio when I am watching the game. So if the curse is anything to hold up to, which is apparently way more powerful than like TSM Woman or anything that's ever been conceived, then yeah, blue team has won. Congratulations. But I am determined to break the curse, and I am determined to insist that it is just superstition. But if red team loses, I'm never casting another game of this again. Actually, I shouldn't promise that. I am casting more of this, to be sure. Regardless, the game is going to go on now. It is a much higher skill bracket than what I'm usually used to casting to. So certainly I do expect a lot of action, a lot of back and forth. Players at this level actually do know how to play the game. I will mention also for the record, I don't actually watch streams on League that much. I don't know too many streamers. Obviously I know the name of pros who play League of Legends because I follow the esport. But in terms of higher elo players who have like a billion smurfs, I don't actually know who's who. There could be a famous streamer playing in this game, but I wouldn't know. I don't actually recognize any of these names. I did recognize Shifter once upon a time, who did actually appear in Game 5 of the previous aforementioned promo. But certainly if there's any actually, I guess, League celebrities in this game, high elo celebrities, I wouldn't actually know. Although it is certainly not a rarity to have them appear in this elo as well. Rengar's going to gank mid, 1 Bola. Azir just casually walks away. Azir has a pretty good laning advantage here at mid lane. So far, blue team just off CS alone climbs up to a 500 gold lead. Off some positive lane matchups, Echo's always farming relatively well as well. So far, CS advantages in all lanes throughout the board. It's like 1 AM here, so I do need to remember to just keep my voice down and not scream when things get too overly hectic. Azir's gonna clear out the pink ward, however the scuttle fight goes in favor of red team. They did call out several people to roam down for it. Azir pounces on the Rengar pounces on the ward a few more times, the shot gets dropped, but this is gonna be a 4v2 very early on. Akali has to shuriken flip out, but is the Rengar going to make it out as well? Yes, the Empower Warcry will get him out in time, but here comes the Alistar. He has been stranded, so he has to flash over the wall to keep himself safe. The Moo Cow makes it back home. Hex Flash gets pinged out, his real flash has just been used. So overall, Summoner's advantage over to blue team still. Azir did teleport back to lane about a minute ago to continue the pressure in his own lane. But it's paying off so far. I mean, blue team is already off to a very good passive start. The minion wave top lane here. The Aatrox roam into the scuttle. Yes, it did secure the scuttle here with an outnumbered fight. But it does mean Irel, not only is she already holding the CS lead, she is also facing a much bigger minion wave for herself as well. Aatrox has to go back here. The wave is very much in position and in favor of blue team here. Azir is going to get some alone time with his tower as well. Echo going to try to be cheeky and cancel out the Akali recall, and he does get it. The Aatrox Q2 swipe will not hit the Irelia. Now he's just going to go back and farm. Irel's going to Blaze Surge onto the Aatrox to try to get the trade down, but now Blaze Surge is on cooldown, which means that the Aatrox cannot take any more damage from that trade. And so far, this blue team is still holding on to their minor lead, but red team, they're trying to stabilize and making sure they don't get LCS any further. In this lane, it is pretty passive farming, all things considered. Aatrox and Rengar going to try to plant something topside here. On this side of the map. Rengar's level 4 to Aurelius 5. He is going to get the pounce. Here comes the Bola. And there is the stun being landed. Aatrox pops the blast can go over. There's a question mark ping on him. Obviously, you can't dive the tower when the wave is in that position. But the Aatrox does return to the lane, trying to farm up as best as he is able to. Echo already gonna go back to pick up the Fiendish Codex. Aatrox getting a positive trade here onto the Akali as well. Akali ducks back into the smoke. Did I say Akali twice? I mean Irel. And here comes the Rengar. He was waiting in the brush, but can he make the pounce happen? Aatrox dashes forward. Can he get the Q1? Yes, he does. What about the Q2? And there it is. Flash forward with the Q, giving Aatrox the first blood to red team. That's going to bend the gold lead over in their favor. Be it just barely. And here comes the Echo to try to hold the wave. There is the parallel convergence. The bubble does drop. The damage is coming down, but the Aatrox will be fine. Emperor's Device shoves the cow back. He's level 4. One more stab will do it, and there it is. Azir gets the kill. Akali going for the dive will not work either, and meanwhile up top, kill goes over to the Echo as well. Blue team bites back in a huge way here. Once again, summoner disadvantage overall and kill disadvantage to red team. Blue team is still very much favored in this early game. Senna gonna put up her shroud. There's a wave coming in here for blue team. Misfortune not interested in the freeze. Going to queue away a few minions. The minion count here is a little bit too small for a freeze to happen. This is gonna be a slow push being built up. Rengar, however, is going to take this opportunity to solo the dragon with a little bit of help from the Senna here. Alistar returns to lane. First item, Moby Boots. His first roaming play hasn't really ended that well for him. Azir does turn the tables on him. He will pick up the Mobius regardless. Sana guns down the cannon. Oh, she actually misses the CS. But she gets compensated with 1 soul. Now 1,000 gold ahead. Blue team is steadily climbing ahead with the lead that they have. Irel is going to pop the ultimate. This is a dive happening with Aatrox. He does have the World Ender. He is going to pop it. The Echo might have bitten out more than he can chew. Irelia dies to the tower. But here comes the Azir. However, Aatrox has gotten 1 kill during World Ender. He is now significantly harder to dive. So that kill is just not happening. Disaster happens here for blue team. Aatrox takes 1 back for the team. Senna puts up the shroud. Rengar was in it. The blue team was wiser to the action. They do just back off. Word gets cleared out, make it rain, spots out the Rengar, he has to try to run away. Echo, he knows that Echo is not going to come for another 10 seconds or so. He needs to make a play happen right now. The Enchanted Bola will miss, and that means he should probably just back off. No, he's still going in. Here comes the Downing Shadow. Alistar comes in for the combo as well onto the Misfortune. The Word Cry healing is there, but where's the Echo? He's coming in. Misfortune is dropping low. Will he get it here in time? No, he will not. Misfortune just dies to the gank, and the Sona might be next on the chopping block. Echo is still running in, but he's got a hell of a long distance to cover. Flash from the headbutt pulp. The tower tank is beautiful. The Echo is here for the cleanup effort. He might be able to get 1 here. He gets kill off the Senna. Is there going to be any resets? No, there's not. Irelia up top going to solo kill the Aatrox as well. During this entire exchange, 4-4 now is the kill score, but both teams now dead even. Now Irel does get that solo kill, so we are going to, let's say, rewind like 30 seconds and see what happened up there. Aatrox is just farming up. Irel's gonna come in. Beautiful dodge away onto the Q1, and now Aatrox might be in a little bit of trouble. Executioner's Calling doing a number on him. He can't heal that much, and now he just has to try to run. It's not gonna work out, and he just gets killed where he stands. That is what happened there, more or less. And now we go back to last where we spectated live. Akali going for the Shuriken flip, not going to connect. But Azir does have his Stinger done, working closer to the Nashor, and here comes the Echo. The dive might be possible. Dive being phase dive, of course, not tower dive. There is a pink ward in there, so Echo lost vision. Overall, that was a sequence of plays that did benefit Red Team a lot. They were behind in gold. They had to try something crazy to pull it back, and they did make a dive at bottom work. They only dropped the Senna on their retreat because Echo did come in for the cleanup. But overall, a very good sequence of events here for Red Team. That might give them a footing somehow back into this game. Although right now, as we speak, the gold lead went from slight red lead to once again favoring blue. Rengar just needs to ult out of there. He's being spotted the whole way through during the camo. Azir has come to crash the party. Rengar might find it hard to find this pounce angle. He is gonna camp in the brush. Akali's gonna recall. They called it off. Is he going to catch one of the recalls? No, it was synchronized. He couldn't get the pounce on Azir in time. He was waiting for one of them to go back before the other. He's just going to go back into the river for now. Teleport comes up for the Azir. He is going to opt to walk back into lane and prepare a TP play in the side lane. Rengar's ultimate already about a third cooled off. It is a decently short cooldown ultimate for a very, very impactful play. But for the most part, gold lead still dead even. There hasn't been the play that blows the game open yet. And of course, higher elo players do have much less of a tendency to throw. Considering the last few casts I did were like ARAMs and Silver Leagues. It's been lower levels of play, all things considered. It is admittedly very rare that I cast anything that is extremely high elo. I believe this is actually the first. Irelia does go for the dive with the blade wall, and she does get the kill on Aatrox, and here comes the Echo up top. It's just a Rengar to hold the fort. He will be safe holding it, but Aatrox will get killed off in the solo. He has flash and teleport up. He could teleport back in to make a play, but it's not going to happen here. Rengar's going to back away from the tower, calling it off for now. He's a while away from his ultimate, just a little bit left, 12 seconds away from casting it. Teleport is going to go down up top, but there is the Herald. That's going to do such a huge dent. Irel just gets a huge chunk of money here. Herald is going to bring that tower so low. Daunting Shadow comes in. Irelia's full health. No, not Irelia. Echo's full health from the Chrono Break, and here comes the teleport. This is the Azir play that they were saving up for. He shoves the Rengar back. Rengar might be in trouble. No! He stabs the Echo in the face and kills him off. The soldiers will rush up and kill off the Rengar where he stands. But now Irel has over 1,000 gold ahead. Akali is going to try to make her way up, but can she stop them in time? No, Azir is out. Irel is too deep for this gank to happen. Oh, they don't catch the Azir in time. And he's just going to make it out. Blue team, a lot of their plays are coming up very positive for themselves. 1241. Decently low kill game, but for the most part, bot lane hasn't been involved in any action so far except for that one Rengar dive. Most of the action has been for top side, and Echo's first Herald gets them first tower with 5 plays. That is a huge injection of income here. Irelia has her TP, but red team will take the dragon here. Azir Soldier starts clearing out wards. Mid lane still off to a commanding presence, and Akali hasn't really found herself in any roam plays this game. She did try to walk top twice, and neither time really yielded any fruit. She is still 0-0-0 in this game, just completely out of it. Azir is over 3 minion waves ahead of her. That is about a minute and a half worth of CS that she has to somehow catch up on. But it is hard to CS against an Azir. The amount of range and reach that he has in lane is just staggering. Akali lands the shuriken flip. Will she go for the play here? Assist pings are coming down. Question mark pings are going as well. Akali drops the shroud to get away from the soldiers. But parallel convergence gets dipped behind her. Is this gonna be a dive? No, it will not. Echo will just toss a disc forward and move away. But meanwhile, they're wandering dangerously close to a cow. But it seems like blue team are intent to convert a lot of power here into their mid laner. Try to siege mid as much as they can. Iral with first tower and a sizable amount of gold. Comfortable leaving Aatrox up top to his own devices for a while. Aatrox is now farming the Crux, crashing one wave into the tower. Just trying to get as much income as he possibly can here. It has been a pretty static game for bot lane, all things considered. But since the game began, the gold lead that blue team has held has always been rather tiny. It is slowly ballooning for them. Here comes the pre-world ender, but he did it over a ward, so the Azir just casually walks away. No more Aatrox ulti. And now Iral is going to set the push up top. She has the Blade of the Rune King complete. Black Cleaver not quite done for the Aatrox. And there it is, the TP is coming in for the Iral. Here comes the bullet time. Alistar and Senna go their own separate ways. Senna flashes away from the Iral, but is it gonna be enough? The Alistar still being gunned down as they go, but here comes the Akali making some plays happen. Iral will kill off the Senna in the corner, but now it's up to a 1v1. Can they get it happen? No, Irelia will now Blade Surge over, and here comes the Blade Wall. The resets are coming in, Akali hiding in the shroud, trying to buy some time, but there's the triple kill coming out from the Iral. It will not be a quadra, but Echo comes in for the cleanup. Overall, 4 bodies dead for red team to blue team's 3. They are 2,000 gold ahead. They've now extended the goal lead even by a little bit, and these small margins do make a very big difference here. Sundisk gets dropped by Azir and mid, and that is gonna be 2 towers to 0. Only bot tower for red team stands this game. And now the question is, through who is red team going to try to carry this game with? Blue team now has 2 very strong threats, a heavily farmed Azir and a very strong Iral with Phage on top of Blade of the Rune King. She is very powerful for this stage in the game. But red team, all they really have in terms of immediate nuke power at this stage in the game really is the Rengar. They really need to establish another threat this game. Akali does have her Gunblade complete. That is a power spike item for her as well. However, she has lost her tower, which does make it very hard for an assassin player to start roaming if you don't have your tier 1 tower. The cow going for a ward, and now he has to bust out of there. Will he make the kill happen? The bullet time is being channeled. They do not get the interrupt in time, and that's going to be 2 bodies onto the ground. Rengar just has to all the way. He can't stay here. Nothing good is going to happen. That's going to be a 2 for 0 play. Misfortune gets one back on red team here. They're going for the wave clear at bot. This is the last outer tower for red team standing in this game, and without it, red team will lose so much map pressure that it might be very difficult to win this game from this position. The gold lead has doubled yet again from 1 to 2,000 and now to 4,000 gold ahead here for blue team. Red team is currently in the hole, more ways than one. Aatrox is still going to try to shut the wave up top. They need to try to get something, some sort of objective control. But this will be blue team's first Drake. This is the Ocean Drake. It will be uncontested completely. Rengar is up top. No one has red team has any inkling or intention to challenge this, so blue team will take it over. Azir does dash over the wall. He wants to look for a pick onto the cow, but he will not find it. Blue team are now 5-man strong around mid the boss side. That's going to buy Aatrox enough time to take the first turret for red team, but that is more or less the econ turret. It doesn't really open up the map any more than it did before. all really contributes to this game is just give Aatrox a nice healthy chunk of change. He is out farming the Irelia now, however, it is without question that Irelia has been the more impactful player this game. Even the Echo is coming up to be a very strong carry threat. Against so many threats here on blue team, it might be hard for red team to answer them all. In the team fight, if Irel, Azir, and Echo all just dive in, it is very difficult for red team to ward them all off. They only have so many tools, and they are decently ill-equipped for the most part. Death's Dance is being worked on by the Aatrox. He's actually already more than half done. But the problem right now for top laners and mid laners alike is just getting their next power spike item. The game has stagnated to a point where there hasn't been any major teamfights or skirmishes. There's no objective spawning for a while. Baron will be up in 20, but it's not going to be contention soon. And here comes the Echo. He's coming in to make a play happen, and there's a perfect execution. It will execute the Azir. They finally get one back on the board for themselves. Aatrox going for a hit onto the Echo, but he will not do so. Azir will be killed off, and that is a shutdown thanks to the CS lead going over to the Rengar. He will appreciate that next nice amount of pocket change. Gonna go back and pick up some heavy duty assassination items, I'm sure. He is going to get well, something he hasn't backed yet. Recall being channeled now. Irel is gonna walk up, but she doesn't know that Rengar's in the brush. And here is the pounce. She might have bitten off way more than she can chew. The shutdown goes out onto the Irel. 600 goes into her own pocket. Rengar staying there pays off in a huge way, and they shut down the Irel. And that is suddenly two massive bounties being picked up here by red team. You can see the gold graph does reflect this. Over 1,000 gold now is their only lead. That league shrank fast with these two consecutive picks. That might be the blade of grass that red team is clinging onto to save themselves from drowning. That's an idiom in China. I'm not sure if it translates into English. Irelia does have her TP up, and now they're paying onto the Aatrox. He's pushed up a little bit too far now. Echo is going to come in to try to make this play happen. Aatrox fakes the dash, and it actually works. Echo walks down, anticipating it, and here's the World Ender. But can he get away from 3 people? The answer is likely no, but the crescendo gets dodged out by the flash. Aatrox still has a hell of a long way to go, and he will not make it back home. He thinks he knows it, but he is going for some sort of trade. World Ender will wear off. Misfortune gets the kill with the bullet time. 3 for 1, Aatrox blows his flash and tries to turn for a kill, but cannot make either happen. He will be killed off here. He did blow a ton of resources from blue team, but at this present moment, it doesn't seem like it will matter that much. Azir is going to send the soldiers forward. The bot lane fight, formerly mid, not bot. They have taken their Dragon Ball Z fight into another lane. And when I say Dragon Ball Z fight, I just mean farming minions. And 22 minutes in. Ocean Drake is next on the block. It's about a minute out. That is likely where we will see our next battle. Akali is coming around. She's trying to make this gank happen. Perfect execution. R1 does get cast, but here is the catch out on the transitions. 3 bodies hit the ground instantly. Akali completes her assassination as well onto the Azir. And suddenly, a minute before Dragon spawns, red team are the ones with control over the pit. They can get their wards down and get the reset off before they come back in the nick of time. Rengar still prowling around looking for whatever pickups he can find. Suddenly, one of the huge threats for blue team suddenly doesn't seem that threatening anymore when Akali has completed her assassination. She is coming online in a huge way. Liandry's finished on her as well with the stopwatch. She is going to be such an immense teamfighting threat here as well. Gold lead, more or less even here, unless the Senna gets caught. Echo is going to come in, Senna puts up the shroud and just walks away. Beautiful juke from the parallel convergence. She would have 100% died if it hits her. The bodyguard has arrived as well in the form of Alistar. Echo going for this catch. Can they make it happen? Flash, Irel ult, not gonna connect. And that means 2 kills just gone out the window. It was a valiant effort, but it was not enough. However, no flash, no ult Irel. Will they still commit for this dragon fight? They are 5 strong. Aatrox has the TP. Sun Soldier gets raised, but the Azir, he misses Emperor's Divide. And now he has to use his own ultimate, but meanwhile in the pit, They're using Azir as a distraction. They're gonna walk away with the dragon, but it is gonna be enough. Blue team slays the dragon. Parallel convergence comes down, but now red team have converged. It is a 5-on-3. Aatrox dashes into the pit. He wants to make a play happen. Alistar leads the charge. Hepa pop onto the Echo. He needs to try the Chrono Break back, but he Chrono back. His Chrono Break will send him into the Den of the Wolves. Aatrox is camping his ghost in close proximity. He's trying to walk away. Blue team's only way out is through red team's own jungle. The Infernal Chains lands onto the Misfortune. She will be pulled back, dash over, and there's the bonk, the knockup. Irel will have to run away with the Echo. Misfortune drops dead onto the ground. Akali is still pincering. She's coming in from the long sides through the Tri-Brush. Will she make a play happen? Rengar is here as well. They found them. They're cutting it off, but here comes the teleport coming in from the Azir. He's rejoining the fight. He doesn't have ultimate. His reinforcement might make it so that these guys will be safe, but no, the double bola, the stun, it lands onto the Echo. He will get controlled and killed off. That's gonna be 3 bodies, no, 4 bodies in total. The only survivor of that whole ordeal was the Irelia. But the fight has taken so long that Sona and Azir both respawn and are back in the battle, but Sona next in line to be chopped. Empress Device shoves back the Aatrox, but he is still healthy. One more tower shot, it will kill him off. Aatrox has been killed, but the Alistar going for the tower dive. His own ultimate will not be enough either. Blue team finally gets some back. Akali going in for the dive, but will Mashi happen? Yes, it will. Perfect execution comes down with the stopwatch. The tower aggro gets shaken. Rengar gets creep blocked by a golden statue, and he's just walking back and forth. But now, red team coming out way ahead of that. 45k, they have the gold lead now, commanding 3,000. Akali did not die in that team fight. She did lose her stopwatch. But man, they popped off in a huge way, and now Rengar getting himself so much further up there. Edge of Night complete with the Duskblade and the Tiamat. They're gonna recall right on top of a ward. Blue team might not be in position to punish. They know Echo's camping. They know Rengar rather is camping in the brush. One more leap will do it, and there's the Chrono Break. Echo forces it out to try to stay alive. Rengar gets more than what he bargained for, and he's just going to go home. Drake count is 2 for 2, but that was such an expensive Drake secure for blue team in that last fight there. They get the Drake, but they lose so many bodies. They only take down 2 in return. But now it is red team riding forward with the bounties. Rengar holds 800 to his killer. Akali will give 900. Very appreciable sums of gold. But who on blue team is now strong enough to claim it? Echo hasn't really improved his KDA for 10 minutes. Sona's just going to be caught out. And here it comes. Irelia gets caught out on the side as well. Sona did have the flash ready, according to the Echo. But there is the tower dead. 5,000 gold ahead. I don't want to speak prematurely, as I do think offensive GGs are a plague, but I do believe this is the first win that I've casted. Well, at least it's looking to be a win. The dive is going to come down. It's cancelled by Emperor Divide. Misfortune will survive with a sliver of health, but Akali is in the back wreaking havoc. And now Azir is all alone. He has no ultimate. He only has Zayas. Will it keep him alive? No, it will not. Alistar dies in the back from the dive. The parallel convergence gets dropped. Aatrox dashes away. Surrender roll for blue team fails 3-2. Baron will be the next call. It will be started up here by red team. Kali going for this pick. Well, this is going to be the long distance ambush. Aatrox lands the hits onto the Echo, driving him back. And Baron will be killed off here without any incidents from red team. They claim the Baron. They don't lose the Aatrox even, but here comes the Echo. Will he make it happen? No, parallel convergence gets fully dodged out. The Infernal Chains lands on him as well. Echo really needs to try the GTFO, but here comes the rest of blue team. Can they make the catch happen here? World Ender gets popped, but there is the Chrono Break. Aatrox flees with a shred of his own life. He will survive and not give over a bounty, and here comes the Baron army. They are pushing in. Parallel convergence goes back in, it stuns up the Alistar, and here comes the Akali diving deep. So much burst coming out. If they do just kill off the Echo, Azir will be killed off in the back as well, and the Irel will now join the fight into bullet time, but it will need to instantly be cancelled as they cannot survive in this fight. Alistar going for the beautiful Hepa Pulse. He gets the kill, the emo spam under the tower, and now they have Baron. They can make this push happen. The ace is there. Blue team lost the fight. They lost the Baron, they lost the fight. They only killed off the Rengar. Admittedly, they do claim a very large bounty from his head, but that is a far cry from being worthwhile. Red team are now seriously pushing into the base. They're going to look to take the inhib here in this push and then rotate away for the dragon. They do not intend to keep going here as they lack the tools to end the game. However, instead of dragon, they're going for the other play, which is pushing top, continuing to exert their pressure. As long as they have Baron, they can keep hitting towers, they can keep claiming objectives and securing map control. And now blue team are gonna be holed up in their base for a while. They're gonna go for the clear. Rengar is making his way over to the Drake. He wants to solo this. As long as the rest of his team, they're all resetting, which means blue team now has an opportunity to roam out of their base to try to make this play happen. Echo secures the blast call. Well, Squire's blue rather. They do get the pink ward in the brush. Alistar gets spotted out onto the side and they are going to start the dragon, but Rengar's in the side. They don't know that he's there. Sona might walk face first. Oh, blue team, they will secure the dragon and they do kill off the Rengar from the Azir, but Sona has already died. Team fight is breaking out. It's just a cow in the pit. He pops a stopwatch. Senna walks up a little bit too far. She gets blown up. Akali stucking in the shroud. And there's a perfect execution. Can they make any more plays happen? No, they cannot. 900 gold goes over to the Azir. He gets that triple. He gets 3 kills in the blink of an eye. That is almost 1500 gold going into his pockets, I want to say. While that was a very expensive shutdown onto the Akali, they do lose their top inhib. They put themselves on soul point. Overall, still worthwhile here for red team. They made the play happen. They fought the 4v5 through the dragon, and they actually bought Aatrox enough time to just lay dents into this base, and now he's gonna walk away happy with his results, most likely. All things considered, they just have 3 towers to rip apart in this game, and then there will be nothing left to defend the Nexus. He's gonna help himself to the red buff before making his way out of there. Gonna stop by the KFC for a bit as well. It's unpunishable farming plays here coming out from him. Azir is still going to try for this shove. Although looking at the way that everything is going, it does seem like red team is just getting more and more ahead. Yes, they did lose that fight at Dragon Pit from a 45. But it doesn't even matter that much. Azir, be very careful. He's gonna run face first into a Rengar, and there it is. The damage is too much. He gets killed, stabbed by all the toothpicks to the face. Azir will be traded off as well. It's a 1-for-1 jungler for mid. Their mid lane, however, is so much of their deep push, so much of their anti-siege. Echo's gonna dive deep for the Senna. Senna is trying to trade back as much as she can. Chrono break, but there is a massive blood demon in the middle of blue team. Can he make anything happen? Donnie Shadow comes up for the shield as well. The gun down goes onto the Iroh. She will be killed off here. And now Echo running for the hills. Aatrox going for swipe 1, swipe 2, killing off the Sona. Echo going for the dive. Controlled by Alistar. He will be killed off here as well. Akali assassinating the Misfortune. She has no way out. She accepts her fate. 5-point strike takes her down. That's gonna be the ace. That is gonna be the game. GG gets called. And red team takes the win in what is essentially a very decisive fashion after the mid game. Just beautiful rotations, beautiful skirmishes and team fights, really coming back from that early deficit here. Senna's gonna get shoved into the fountain, but it doesn't even matter at this point. The Nexus is already dead. And the game ends in favor of red team.